Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon. I've already done my errands and my kids are taking their nap. So I thought, it is the perfect time to do a new video. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I posted a picture from 3 years ago. I posted it like a week ago probably. And the caption that I had wrote was that I wanted to do a story time video with you guys of my motherhood experience and a little miracle that happened to me 3 years ago. And the reason why I posted that picture was because I took that picture in May 2015 and I was already pregnant with my little boy, but I didn't find out until July. So I just want to share my story with you guys, and I don't know, maybe my story can help someone else that was going or is going through the same thing that I went through. So it's just like a little motivation video. So I'm just gonna go back from like 9 years ago, back in 2009. I was 17 and I was a senior in high school. I didn't have a boyfriend or anything, I was just living a normal life, getting ready to graduate, apply for college and whatnot. So when I least expected it, I met my husband at my church. Obviously at the time a stranger, so we met there and started talking, and one thing led to the other, so we started dating, and we dated for about a year and 2 months when we decided to get married. So he proposed and we were engaged for 7 months. So we were together for a year and 9 months before we got married, and we got married in on July 30th, 2011. So it was like almost exactly a year after my high school graduation. So I was really young. He was 21 and I was 19. And it was my third semester in college. I was going to a community college for my associate's degree in early childhood education because I love working with kids. So we kind of decided to put a hold on kids right now since, I was fresh in college and, he was the only one working. So we decided to just put a hold on that for just like a year or so until I got ahead in my career. So 6 months after, we decided to start our little family because some of our friends and relatives were getting married or, just having babies. So we kind of got that baby fever, and, we decided to, just get pregnant as soon as possible. But things don't always go the way you plan them. We celebrated our 1-year anniversary and still no baby, but, we were being patient. We kind of just thought, maybe it's too soon since, we're preventing pregnancy for several months. So, we were being patient and just living life. So, enjoying our marriage, and I was still in college and he was still working. So after a few, like 6 months after our 1-year anniversary, still no baby. Months kept passing by. Friends, family members were getting married, having babies, but just not us. So we were always getting the question, when are y'all having a baby? Do y'all not want babies or whatnot, blah, 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 blah. So, but still we decided to, be patient and just, let God take control of this. I kept holding on. We decided to be patient and, be in this together. A baby was going to come when God wanted a baby to come in our lives. So, months and months kept passing by and still no baby. So I think it started affecting me more than my husband, women, because I guess because they carry the baby and we are known for being more emotional. So I kind of like put my feelings aside and I wasn't letting him know how bad I was feeling. And so we never blamed each other, like, it's you, or no, it's you. No, we were in this together, and we were gonna be together regardless. So, nothing was happening. So, I would talk to my mom, I would talk to my mother-in-law. There were nights where I would cry and, I would just think, will I ever be a mother? But it's, things just happen. And so I remember, even family members would ask my mom and sisters, when is she having a baby? You know, does she not want babies? So if people just knew how that question was hurting me, they wouldn't have asked. So, you know, I would just stand there. Sometimes I wouldn't even answer, or sometimes I would just smile and say nothing, you know. And so another year passed by, still no baby. So we decided to go to a doctor. So we went, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with this. The doctor told me, you know, maybe you're just you want a baby so bad, you know, you're stressing over that it's just, you know, it's not helping your body. So she said I needed to just relax, not think about it, and a baby was gonna come when I least expected it. You know, and my mom would tell me the same thing, but still it was hurting inside because you know, I was like, you know, why me? Why did God choose me to not have a baby? So you know, months kept passing by, and we were already married for like 2.5 years and still no baby. And you know, we kept trying, but still no baby. I would buy pregnancy tests like every month, and just, you know, I would like in my head have all these symptoms, like if I wasn't feeling good one morning, or you know, I was feeling dizzy, or just anything, or if I missed a period, I would automatically think, you know, oh, I'm pregnant. I know I'm pregnant this time. So I would put so much stress to myself. So I would take a pregnancy test every month, and still negative. I had finally given up. I had lost hope, and I was done stressing myself. And that's when I least expected it. I got pregnant in May 2015, but we didn't find out until July. Since it was my first pregnancy, you know, I really didn't, I guess I had the symptoms, but since I was over it, I wasn't really like realizing that I had the symptoms, you know. So I didn't find out until July. June came, June 1st, my birthday. I was 20, I had turned 23. My mother-in-law had got me a little cake with some candles, and I decided for the very first time in my entire 23 years of life, I decided to make a wish. I don't know why, but something just told me. So I closed my eyes and I told God, you know, so if I'm not meant to have a baby, please let me understand your will, and let me be happy with that. Let me and my husband be happy with that. But if you do want me to have a baby, please make it soon, and help me be patient. So, you know, I blew the candles, and, you know, but little did I know I was already pregnant. And then July came, July 4th, and still didn't know I was pregnant. You know, I was far away from thinking that. Like, I wasn't even like, you know, I wasn't thinking about, you know, that. I guess since now that I was really pregnant, I just, you know, I just wasn't really thinking about it. So it was July 4th, and, you know, I went to my parents' house to, they were having a cookout, and my husband had went to a rodeo with one of my uncles. So I remember that night before he left, he said, before you get home, buy a pregnancy test. And I was surprised that he told me, because I was always the one buying them, but this time he told me. And I said, you know, why? He said, I don't know. I mean, you know, you just never know. So I said, okay, you know, what the heck, you know, I won't lose nothing. So I went to the cookout. We had a good time. And before going home, I went to Walmart. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And I bought it, and I remember getting home, and I just threw it in the couch. And I remember every time I would buy a test, it didn't matter the time of the day, I would always take it right away. Like, I couldn't wait till the morning. I would always take it right away. But I don't know, it's just something just told me, you know, just wait till the next morning. So I wasn't even like in a hurry to take it. Like, I just threw it on the couch, you know, and I went to bed. My husband got home, and then the next morning, it was a Sunday. Well, that night I had a dream that I had taken the pregnancy test, and it was negative. So I kind of woke up crying, and I told him about it. So I went to the bathroom, and, you know, I was usually always like shaky and nervous every time I took a test, but this time I was just like normal. So, you know, I sat on the toilet, did my business, and I put the pregnancy test on the floor, and I was, you know, kind of just waiting for it to appear. So I looked down, expecting to see a negative sign. And my wish had came true. I had finally seen 2 lines in a pregnancy test. So the moment that I saw that, I seriously felt like heaven had dropped to my feet. I mean, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like I was literally, my heart was beating so fast, and I was like, no, there's no way. So I remember I grabbed it like I was, I was already shaking because I was so happy. So I got up and took the test to the room, and I woke him up, like, well, he was already awake, but he was just laying down, and I, shook him, and I said, look at the test. I think I'm pregnant. Like, I know I'm pregnant this time. I said, it has 2 lines. It has never had 2 lines. Like, it's never even had a second blurry line. So, he was still amazed. And so we went to church, and I remember I really felt butterflies in my stomach. I kept smiling that day. Like, by the end of the day, my cheeks were so sore because I had smiled so much. Like, I kept touching my stomach. Like, I was so happy. Like, no one could ever understand how happy I was. So I don't think I have more words, like I was more than happy. I was more than excited. We just couldn't believe it because it had taken us almost 4 years to have a baby, and now it was here and we didn't even know about it. So yes, and in my heart, I always knew, the heart of a mother always knows, that I was having a baby boy. I don't know, my heart just told me, like, I just had the feeling that I was gonna have a little boy, and we didn't care what we were gonna have. Like, we didn't care, boy or girl or anything, as long as they're healthy, but in my heart, I just always knew I was gonna have a little boy, and I was right. So he was born on February 12th, 2016, and we decided on the name Emir Alexander. Emir, my husband saw the name on internet, and we thought it was different, unique, short. It was pronounced good in English and Spanish, so we decided for Emir. And with the E, I know a lot of people spell it with an A, but we spell it with an E, Emir. And we decided on Alexander because of my name, Alejandra. We were gonna do Alejandro, but we just decided, like, Alexander's mostly for a middle name, so we decided on Alexander, Emir Alexander. And from the moment I had him in my arms, I fell in love. I was just, I was so blessed. I was happy. I love my little boy to death. Like, he's literally my twin. He is such a cheerful little boy. He's so happy. He says hello to anybody in the streets. Like, he'll hug anybody. He'll send kisses. He's just such a beautiful, amazing little human being. And I don't just say it because he's my son, but because he is. He's just very lovable, very caring, he's just a sweet little boy that you could honestly fall in love by the moment you meet him. So that is my little miracle that happened on July 5th, 2015, when I realized that I was going to be a mommy for the first time. So now moving on to my baby Dahlia, my princess Dahlia Yvette. Okay, so my little boy had just turned a year old when I got pregnant with my princess. And I didn't know that. It was actually a week after his first birthday. We were not planning on having another baby that soon, but it just happened, and we were so happy. I'm still very happy. I love my kids, and I think it was, even if we weren't planning it to happen that soon, it was the perfect timing because now I have a little boy and a little girl. I didn't find out until March. I was 5 weeks pregnant, March 20th, when I went to the doctor. I was kind of, having these small symptoms, so I said, I don't think I am, but I'm just gonna go check on it. So I remember I went to the health department, and they ran a pregnancy test on me. And it was positive. So I was shocked because I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting this to happen so fast. And because it took me so long to get pregnant with Amir, so I didn't know it was going to happen this fast with my second baby. So they told me I was pregnant and I was happy. I was a little scared and nervous at the same time because, Amir was still in diapers. He was still drinking out of bottle. I mean, he was just one, he was still a baby. So I said, they're not even going to be 2 years apart. They're going to be 1 year, 9 months apart. So, I was a little nervous, but I was happy at the same time. And I was really excited because I said, now I have a little boy and now we're going to have a little girl. So, it's the best of both worlds, boy and girl. I had a really good pregnancy with her as well, very healthy pregnancy. But I think my pregnancy with Dahlia was just a little bit harder because, I had my little boy, so he was 1, so I was obviously, right behind. He was just learning to walk, so, I was here with my big belly and, running after him, changing his diaper, and, so he was still a baby. So it was a little bit more difficult when I was pregnant with Dahlia. But overall, I had a really good pregnancy, a very healthy pregnancy, just like my first one. And we decided on the name Dahlia Yvette. My husband, he's been obsessed with having like different unique names for our babies. So he saw the name Dahlia on the internet. So I liked it, and obviously he liked it. So we decided on the name Dahlia, and I said, since Amir has a middle name, we should give her a middle name. So we just couldn't decide. I would, search some names. He kind of didn't like them, and then he would tell me names. I kind of didn't like them. I said, we choose a second name. I don't want it too long, and it shouldn't end with an A because I don't think it's gonna sound right. So I don't know. The name Yvette just kind of popped up to me, and I said, it sounds pretty in Spanish, so and in English as well. And I said, it doesn't end with an A, so I think that would be pretty. He kind of didn't like it at first, but he finally gave in and said, if you like it, we'll name her like that, Dahlia Yvette. So we named her like that. So she was born on November 18th, 2017. So they are 1 year, 9 months, and 6 days apart. So she's 8 months now. I'm not believing, like, she's growing up so fast, and so is Amir. So Amir is 2.5 now, so they're gonna grow up being really close because of their ages. And I'm really happy, that I had her at this time. Like, I was planning on having my second baby like 3 years after Amir, but I think this was just perfect timing because Amir has a little play buddy. And, so now I know how it feels to have a boy and a girl. And every time Dahlia takes a nap, he wants to go wake her up because, he's used to her and he loves her so much. Oh, and she loves him so much as well because whatever he does, she just laughs. Like, they just play together. And I post a lot of cute pictures and videos on my social media. So I was working with the school system in Richmond County. It had been my 3rd year. And since... I had already had Dahlia, it was 2 babies that we had to put in daycare. We decided, my husband and I, that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom for the moment, at least until Amir starts school, because it was just going to be too expensive, paying daycare for 2 babies, and, she was so little to put her in daycare. So we decided, with Amir, I did go back to work because, it was only him, but now it's going to be 2 babies. They were both still in diapers, Amir, obviously, but he's potty trained now, so no pull-ups anymore. But, at the time, obviously, he was still in diapers. So, so I decided, we decided, actually, my husband and I, that I wasn't going to work. So I stopped working after I had my little girl, and just that I've dedicated time to them, and I love being a stay-at-home mom. So I was working with the school system because I have a 2-year degree in early childhood education. So my plans are to go back to school for the fall and, start on my bachelor's to, get my 4-year degree in teaching and just you know, become a teacher. So maybe by the time Amir starts school, I'll be halfway done with my career. Those are my plans. I hope so. You know, I do plan to work again someday because obviously my kids will be growing up. But right now, I'm really enjoying my time at home. And even if I was working still with the school system, I still would have been in vacation because it's July and, you know, we're out for the summer. Both of them are stuck to me like glue. Amir, when Amir was Dolly's age, I was working at the time, so he had his babysitter. He wasn't as close to me as Dahlia is to me right now, but because, you know, the reason that I was working and he was used to being around with other people. But now that I haven't worked for almost a year, he's, you know, he's gotten so attached to me. So both of them are so close to me and I love it. So yes, I'm just having a great time seeing my kids grow up. I know a lot of moms don't have that blessing, you know, to stay home, but I'm thankful that I do. And I just love spending time with them. It's just a lot of fun seeing them grow up. And, you know, Amir, you know, he's already potty trained and, you know, talking more. And, you know, just it's just a lot of fun to see them, how, you know, they develop their skills and all that. So, and I take them everywhere with me. And hopefully God continues to bless us with more kids. I want like 5 kids, but I don't know, I'm kind of rethinking it now. So I think we're just probably gonna stick with 1 more so we can have 3. We don't care what we have, boy or girl, as long as they're healthy. But I do want to wait a little bit longer now, at least Dahlia to be like 2 years old when I start planning another pregnancy. But who knows, you know, sometimes God plans other things for you. And, you know, that would still be a blessing. But I kind of do want to put a hold on that because it is a lot of work, you know, but their babies are such a blessing. And I love my babies, and I couldn't thank God enough for sending them to me. And they're just beautiful children. And I just love them to death, and I love the mommy life. I don't sleep as much anymore. I'm busy 24/7, but I wouldn't change it for the world. This is what I asked God for almost 4 years. Now I have it, and I couldn't be any happier. So yes, that concludes my story time video. So I hope y'all enjoyed my video, and I hope I motivated someone out there that's listening to this. So just remember that God's time is always perfect. You know, He knows the perfect timing for things to happen. So if you're going through this, just be patient and, you know, have faith in Him. So yeah, I'm just gonna sum all this up, and I think, there he is. Hola, papi. He woke up at the perfect timing. Mira. Di hola. ¿Estás dormido? Okay, guys, so that concludes my video for today. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's day. So I will be still trying to vlog twice a week, so stay tuned. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and turn on your bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Peace.